Okay, welcome along, Tracy and Shelley. How you doing again? All right.
Yeah,
Good,
fine,
thank you.
Good. Thanks for attending last week's, and I know that both of you and other people have put some questions in the group, and also sent me some private questions as well. So really good stuff. Those people who are watching the replay, welcome along again. If you've got any questions from the replays, can you either send them directly to me or put them in the Hypnosis support group? Because I think if you've got a question, actually other people might even want to ask that same question, and they may be thinking, oh, is this a bit of a silly question to ask? And there's no silly questions. Look, it's all about learning. So if you've got a question, just ask it, because chances are someone else is thinking the same thing. Yeah. So Tracy, in the week you sent me a message about should it be .com, .co.uk, and a couple of suggestions for your website. And I know in the first edition I put about .com was like more global, and you had that perception of being a global, and you want to be global, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only downside, or consideration, it's not a downside, it's a consideration, is that many .com companies are perceived as being in America, or they are American. It seems to be that way. That doesn't mean that you can't have .com. It's just that maybe there's a perception that you are in America, or again, that perception, it may be that you're global. So if you want that perception, I think it's a great thing, And as I used the example the other week, I've got the retreat.wows, because the retreat will never be anywhere else apart from Wales, because it's a physical building. So I was happy to go with .wows for the retreat. So I think you have to be careful with your domain name, and it's a consideration whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent. But you have to look at what is my market, my business, where do I want to market myself. And Tracy, you've already said to me that you want a global market, and I think that's a great thing. So possibly go with .com then, it's up to you.
Yeah.
It's a consideration, isn't it? That's all it is should you
Yeah.
go .com, should you be .co.uk, which actually gives you a physical presence in .co.uk.
Yeah, it's because of the line that I'm going down with the veterans is it's also the American and Canadian veterans as well.
Yeah. And there's no reason why you can't, and other people will probably be shouting at the screen right now, have them all. You can if you want to, and if money was no object, you could have .com, .co.uk, and several others, that you may think, oh, I'll have that, I'll have that, I'll have that, and link them all together so that actually whatever people type in, they get your website. And there's a clever little bit of stuff you'd have to do in the background to do that, but it's not within the realms of possibility. You could do it. So yeah, considerations with your website address. As I said last week, if you can, keep it short. Actually, someone read out this morning, I won't read it out, but they read out an email address for me. And this is an email which actually is a Gmail account, so you can keep Gmails quite short. But this is 4 words and then @gmail.com. It's massive, and it's like, and there's opportunities in here for lots of spelling mistakes. And I had to say to the lady on the phone, oh, Anna, is that the spelling of that or this spelling? Because there was opportunities to spell it wrong. So just have those considerations when you're thinking about your domain name. Could you, if you've got to describe it over the phone, could the person just write it down normally? So these are the considerations for those people that are starting out, Go on, Shelley.
I also want to say I went with HostGator, with WordPress with HostGator, and I put in .co.uk, and they don't host that. They don't support that. So you also have to be careful of who you go with, don't you? Whether they support your whatever you call it, your
internet, your domain name,
your domain name.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and that again was a consideration with the .wows. I was with a different hosting company, and I wanted .wales for, well, I'd actually already bought it, the domain name through someone else. I'd already bought that, and my hosting company at the time couldn't host it. So I moved everything to Ionos, which, you know, I thought, oh, well, if I'm moving one, I might as well move them all. So I moved everything to Ionos, which is another question that people have. How difficult is it to move an already established website from one provider, you know, one ISP, Internet Service Provider, to another one? It's not that bad, but there is some stuff you've got to do in the background. And if you've got a Wix site, it's harder. And if you've got anything like those kind of what are created on their platform, the chances are you're not going to be able to move those sites easily. You're going to have to do some real work in the background. It can be done, but you're going to have to do some work in the background. And that's stuff that really gets quite technical. And if you have got that, then just message me and we'll do a one-to-one, because for the majority of people, they don't need to know that stuff, you know, and you get a bit complex too quick. Do you remember I asked the question, you know, is everyone at level 1, level 2, level 3? That goes to like level 20 really quick. You know what I mean? So let's not go there with that. Just to say you can do it. All right. So those people that have got a website somewhere else and you're thinking of taking it somewhere else, let's just say, yes, it's possible. All right. But you might also consider, why not have it there and there? You know, that's a consideration. All right. And
that was going to be my question.
Yeah. So you could do that. But then you possibly, and again, only you would know your finances, you could end up paying twice for the same thing. So it might be better to bite the bullet and go, I'm moving everything over to there.
So because I've got one on HostGator, and I'm also building one on, because you said about Ionis last week, and because there was a muck up with my website and I couldn't get back on it, I went and checked out Ionis. But now I've got them both going, so I can join them both together. Is that right? No?
Yeah, yes, in theory, yeah, definitely yes. All right, but in practice, it may be a little bit sticky than that. All right, there's some other stuff you might have to do. But like I say, let's not go to level 20 on this on this call. We'll have a chat about that. All right, and if it means sitting down with you for a while or doing a Zoom, we can, because yeah, it's in theory it's really straightforward. You have to save certain things like the database of the site and so on. You have to save that and then move it over. And I must admit, Ionos, when I moved everything over, Ionos were absolutely out of this world. I had all the databases from several different sites, and I actually sent it to them, and they did it for me in the end, because yeah, it was quite complex. And then afterwards, I was able to just delete certain files and clean it all up, you know. But their technical support were absolutely out of this world, which actually cemented the fact that I'd moved everything, and it cemented the fact that where I was, their customer service wasn't great. And so I moved everything to there, and they proved straight away that they were great. And that spoke volumes to me, you know.
So I could actually just drop the HostGator, because I paid £1.58.
Oh,
it's not a lot, is it? Right.
Oh, can you lose £1.58? Oh no, your life will never be the same, Shelley. You know.
So I could just literally drop the HostGator, couldn't I, and just stay with Ionis, couldn't I? Yeah. Okay.
You could do that. You know? So how about your domain name, though? What have you got the same name, or have you got a new name?
I've got a new name because.
Sorry, thought I'd turn that off. Sorry.
It's okay.
So you've got a new name now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's all right. So all you need to do is just build the site on your new ISP, Ionos. Build the site on there, and Bob's your uncle. Yeah. Drop the other one. Lose the £1.58. You know. Oh dear. This is what happens when you win the lottery, isn't it? You just don't care, do you? Right, that's it. Phone's off. Right, sorry about that.
I had hypnotherapy with Shelley on the HostGator, and on Ionos I bought Success with Shelley.
Oh, right, that's nice. Oh, I like that. Yeah, Success.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
I'll
cool.
keep that one then.
Yeah.
And I'm now going to be Hypno with Tracy.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Now, is that Tracy with an E or Tracy with an out on the E? So that's straight away that there's a one question for you. Yeah. It's okay. The thing is, this is always a consideration, isn't it? Whatever your name is, people are going to go, oh, what is that? How do I spell that? I would say don't worry about it too much, because the fact is, think about how you visit websites. You probably click on buttons here or there or whatever. You probably very rarely actually type in a domain name and find it. If you do, you might just go to Google, and I'm amazed how many people go to Google and type in davidfinch.co.uk, and it leads to me. It's like, why would you just type it in the address bar and you'll come straight there anyway? But I've done it myself. I've gone to websites and I go to Google, type in the name of the website, it comes up, and you click on it and you go there. So
I do that. Go to Google for everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And another question is, I linked my buttons and my reaching. I found out how to do that via YouTube.
Brilliant.
But if I move to WordPress, are they rigid themes?
No, and themes, actually, well done, links us very nicely into what we're going to cover today, Tracy. It's like as if you've almost done your homework, So today we're covering themes, and we're going to look at some themes and how to add a theme to your WordPress site as well. All right, so brilliant.
Can I just, I know that you're going there, and I know that was a very smooth link, Tracy, but we do have a question. Somebody said, when I bought my domain and hosting, is it easy to make sure that I use WordPress and not something else?
Right, okay, yeah, and we're going to cover that as well.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, star pupils. Okay, let me share my screen, and I'll show you some stuff we're going to cover today. Brilliant, well done. So let's have a look. Hypnosis support group. We can probably get rid of that one now. Let's go to here. All right. So can you see my Ionos screen at the moment? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay, so that's all right. It's sharing. Good. So I've logged in already, and whenever it doesn't matter that it's Ionos, and I did put an affiliate link in the jargon buster that I've put on the Hypnosis support group. So if you did want to give Dave a couple of bob, right, use the affiliate link, and then I get a couple of quid, which is brilliant. It all helps, So if you do want to do that, and then whatever package you buy, then that's great. You'll get a back end to this, like this, a kind of user, a login area that looks something like this. So
last week you said that we only needed just the starter pack.
Yeah, I actually looked. I think it's here, is it? Yeah, here we are. I looked at this one today, and I looked at the Ionos. This is Ionos, by the way. Here we are. I'll scroll down. Here we are. So it's about making WordPress easier and so on. It's their WordPress sales site. Their bit to sell everything, and on here. You'll see, yes, there's a couple of packages as we scroll down. And I would always advise anyone, start off with something plain and simple and build and then grow. But if you feel, you've got to do the maths on this, really. I wouldn't say you needed the ultimate for a start, unless you're someone who's going to use unlimited websites. You see here it says unlimited websites. Well, at the moment, unless you've got loads, you wouldn't need that. So you probably need this one here, the 12 months for £2, or the 12 months for £1. And see, the difference is it's £8 or £4 a month. It's what you're going to get for that is what you need to look at. So look, it both is for one WordPress site. So if you're just starting out and you've got one WordPress site and you haven't got a lot of like video content or lots of pictures and stuff like that initially. You'll grow and you may have those in the future. But initially, if you haven't got those, then look, 25 gigabytes of storage is plenty. You can then move up if you wanted to 100 gigabytes of storage. And that is a difference straight away. The SQL databases, to be honest, that's a bit techy for you. Don't even need to worry about that at this point. Don't worry that you get 2 or 10. That's something you don't need to worry about when you're first starting out. Definitely not. All right. You get your professional email included. So if you have Hypno with Shelley or whatever it was. So what was it again, Shelley?
Success with Shelley.
Oh, Success with Shelley. That was it. So you can have something like sales or info or help or whatever at Success with Shelley. That will be your email address. You know, so
Right.
you get that included. You also get it included in this one. And some of these other stuff, they're kind of technical things that, you know, when you're starting out, you don't need to know about this. But there is one thing that you do need to know about, because Shelley asked me this question the other day. What is a Ssl certificate?
Mm.
Anyone know? No? That's all right.
Yeah, go on.
Go on, Shelley. I think you know what it is. Go on.
Yeah, it's that little lock thing, isn't it? To make your website secure.
That's it. Yeah. So it's exactly that. You know, it makes your website secure. Now, Google and lots of other search engines as well. At the moment, if you go to websites that haven't got an Ssl certificate, you get a landing page that comes up and says this site is potentially a threat, something to those words, you know, and you think, whoa, I won't go here then. Now, if you use that example, your website, it may not be a threat, but if it hasn't got an Ssl certificate, then people will get that little warning and they think, oh, I won't go there. So the Ssl certificate is more for sites really that take payments. So if you take payments, it makes sure it's a secure site, you know. It actually stands for Secure Socket Layer, all right? A bit of gobbledygook for you. But what it means is people can't hack into that site as easily as they might do if you didn't have it, all right? And of course, you got that free domain for 1 year. All domains are like for a year, and then you buy them again. You know, no one can really take that domain from you as long as you keep paying for it. All right. So you pay your money and you take your choice. I would say, you know, you either have Essential or Business, one of those two, because you've got to look and say, well, where am I? Am I going to grow pretty quickly, and I might need this extra storage? You know, 100 gigabytes of storage. You can host videos on your site. You can put photographs on your site and so on. And you got no problem with 100 gig, have you? But apart from that, to be honest with you, everything else you get in the basic package, you know, the Essentials package. So I would start with Essentials, and then once you grow, move up to the business one, you know. Or if the business one, go on, Shelley.
Sorry. It does say on the top, see, it says in the Essentials, it's everything needed, but on the business, it says more resources and plugins. So do you not get the plugins with the Essentials?
It's clever wording, isn't it? I'm going to show you plugins later. Yeah, you do. It's just it's clever wording. You know, it's like leading you, oh, I don't get plugins. Well, plugins are part of WordPress, so of course you get plugins because they're part, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
It's clever marketing, that is. All right. So don't worry too much about that. Yeah, the ultimate package, I would say probably, you know, most people who are starting out, you don't need this just at the moment. You know, you may grow into that, you know, you may not. It doesn't matter. You can stick with one of either the business or the Essentials. But whoever you're going with, now, you know, don't forget, I mean, I'm only saying that this is Ionos, these are the people I use. I would recommend them. I do recommend them. But of course, there are so many others. So, you know, yes, I recommend them. But if you want to go somewhere else and you find a better price or a better service or whatever, go there and, you know, be happy that you're there. So that's cool. See, I found that today. And once you sign up for that, what happens? Like you sign up for anything else in life, digital stuff. You'll get usernames, passwords, and all that nonsense all sent through to you. Log on here, do this, do that. Once you work your way through that, you'll end up with a user area, which is something like this. All right. So this is me logged into my user area with Ionos. And you see you've got all these different areas. If I wanted to create more email addresses, I could do. I'd just go to there and I could create a new email address to go with my domain name. And so on. You've got domains, websites, shops you can build, hosting, all the different options that you can have.
What's the partner portal?
Partner portal is if you partner up with them, as in like you recommend. So I put a recommend a friend. Yeah, I did a recommend a friend link in the Jargon Buster. That's in the partner portal. It gives me that link, that affiliate link, to say that if somebody signs up and they use that link to sign up, I'll get a couple of quid from it. So it's nice to have, isn't it? Why not? If you like these people and you want to recommend them, well, then they're happy to give you a couple of quid back. So why not?
Yeah.
I always think it's a win-win situation because I'm happy with their service. I'm happy to recommend them, and they're happy that if I recommend them, they'll give me a couple of quid. Win-win. That's what it's about.
Exactly.
So at the back end of this, you'll see there's if I go to domains and SSL, and you'll see I've got several different sites. But as I come down, if I go to the one that we're going to use for our project, which is this one, South Wales Hypnotherapy, and it then shows us. Now it says, see this here, prevent a not secure message appearing at the top. Activate SSL for your domain. See, I haven't got one for South Wales Hypnotherapy. And the reason I haven't bought it, because if you get one with your domain, and extra ones you have to buy. All right. So with South Wales Hypnotherapy, as I said last week, I don't use it really. So I couldn't see the point in buying a certificate for a few quid. I don't know how much they are now. Let's have a look. Because I know somebody's going to ask me, how much is it? Let's have a look while we're here. So where is it? Oh, well, it should give us a price there, surely. Is it still loading?
It's at the bottom, buy.
Buy, yeah. So we have to click on buy to find out what it is, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you look at it and think, okay, what do I need? Again, like I said earlier, go for a starter. If you need it, go up to the next one and go up to the next one, Unless, of course, you're running a proper full-blown shop business, then you're going to need a bit more encryption. Now you see that the amounts go up more, don't they? Look, that's 1,250,000 lost excess amount. So that means if someone logs in and gets into your site, there's some kind of protection. It's 500,000 for the starter. The same for this one, but this gives you more domains and so on. Let's have a look. So if we go to buy, that should give me the price then, shouldn't it? Oh, loading your personalized offers. Oh, 25 quid. All right. So if I want to have that catalog on South Wales Hypnotherapy, it's going to cost me £25 a year. So it gives everyone an idea then, doesn't it, of how much that's going to be? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I say, I haven't bothered with this one because it quite honestly, it just sits there at the moment. It doesn't do a lot, so it just sits there. All right. If I want to edit it, I go to here, and this brings me to here, and this is what I showed you last week. All right. This is the page. At present, this is what you get if you go in and put in southwaleshypnotherapy.co.uk. What I'm going to do is actually log in to the site, and I've done that here, and I'll show you some of the stuff we're going to cover this week. Before we actually get into this part, is there any other questions from anyone? Want to ask any other questions, or have you noticed any questions? I know, Shelley, you put a thing in our private group the other day asking for questions. Did anyone else come back with anything? I've not noticed anything.
No, it was that one that I asked about, but you're covering that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody else put anything up, so that's
All
it.
right. Yeah, you never know. Might be from today. Okay, so
I'll probably ask as you're going along.
yeah, that's fine. So what I want to cover today then is we're going to look at the back of WordPress. So once you get your domain name and your hosting set up, and you buy that through whichever ISP you're going to go with, they'll send you all the details to be able to log in. And you've seen me just now logged in onto the South Wales Hypnotherapy page. And that will lead you to an area that I'm going to show you now. And that's the back, this kind of user area of WordPress. And what we're going to look at specifically today is themes. And we didn't really have a look at plugins much the other day, did we? Remind me? No. So let's look at themes and plugins today. All right. And if we get any more time, then we'll cover a little bit more as well. Okay, so this is me logged in now to the back end of the site of South Wales Hypnotherapy. Gives me that there, and I'm at the dashboard end. Okay, and as we saw last week, down here on the left-hand side, during the weeks we'll be covering most of these, if not all of them. And we'll be looking at different tools and things that you're going to be using in building your site. Okay, and over the course of the next few weeks, we're going to look at pages and building a page and how that affects your site and so on. All right, so let's have a look at appearance first of all. So you come down to appearance, and one of the top things is themes. You can click on here, and WordPress has absolutely thousands of themes. It really does. And lots of them may look quite similar, and they are, but then, you get different colors and so on. So what I like to do is come to here and go to Add New. Now, if you've already been given a theme or you've downloaded a theme or whatever, you've got a theme from somewhere, you could look for an installed theme that you've already got, or chances are it will be here, all right? So this is the theme I've got at the moment, pure and simple. That's what I've got at the moment. If I go to Add New, and I want to search a theme, when you go to Add New, like I say, there's thousands of sites, and they all have different look to them. But let's just say I wanted something that was, I don't know, purple. Should we go purple? That had a purple theme. Now, it might be that your color might be purple. It might not. It might be green. It might be blue. I'll show you that in a moment. All right, but already just putting purple in there as a search filter, it's given me a site here, isn't it? Right, which looks quite nice. I'll go to it and see and think, does it look all right? And it's got kind of just some basic stuff, but you see that certain links are purple, as it is on there, and you can see that, heading details, paragraph, what a paragraph would look like, and so on. It looks quite, straightforward and in some respects quite boring, really, when you look at that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got a menu that looks like this. So, yeah, that's a bit more purple, isn't it? All right. So you can explore that and you see, oh, right, okay, if I go there, what does that look like? What does a page look like? But what you have to do here with these themes is use your imagination a little bit. And you, rather than seeing this and saying, well, it's got a computer, what's that got to do with me? Well, you can change that. So all you need to look at is the writing in the place that you want it? Is it purple like that? Like you might want purple. So you think, oh, that's cool. It's purple. It's nice. Do the buttons work where you want them to work? How you want them to work? And if so, you think, great, I'll install it. And you click on install and install it. If not, go back. I think, right, what else is there? Now, as we scroll down, now that caught my eye. I don't know why. But look, I mean, it's like, whoa, that's a bit leery. So it might be that you want it says Mardi Gras is fun, colourful blog and event theme, which is great, isn't it? Because if you want to come across as fun, colourful, kind of really kind of crazy colours and stuff like that, but mainly purple and yellow with some white on there, Oh, and a bit of green. That's a bit over the top, isn't it? This might be what you want. Look at the difference in the font that they've used. So it depends on you, your style, and what you want from your website. Oh, it's a bit of yellow as well. So it really is colourful, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you look at that, you think, wow, yeah, I've got off that all of a sudden. All right. But you might look at the site. Look at this one, Blossom Mummy. Blossom Mama, is it? Blossom Mummy blog. All right. Now, you might look initially and think, oh, that looks okay. I could put photos here. These can be photos. These can be links to different pages or different blog posts or whatever. So you might look at that and think, well, I can dress that up. It's got things in the place that I want them. As you can see, I hover over that. It's a link, all right? So you change the wording to say, about me or whatever, in my latest blog post, whatever it is, just change the wording. But you might like the font and see how when I hover over it, the font changes. That might be something that you like, and you go, yeah, I'll have that. I'll have that one. So install it.
Can I ask you?
Yep.
So if you install one and then you change your mind, can you uninstall it?
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. So you can. That looks quite cool, doesn't it? That picture. Again, sometimes these pictures don't come with it, as you can see already. It looks like that's how you could do it, but when we're looking now, it's not really there, is it? It's not like you're going to have to put your own pictures in. So when you see these, what you're looking at from a theme initially is the layout, the fonts, and do I want to work with the layout or the fonts? Is that right for me? Because of course, all the words you're going to change. You're going to make them yours, aren't you? So let me install this, and I'll just show you, answer your question there, Shelley. So it takes a moment, depending on your internet speed and everything else. Look, it's activated and it's there. So I'm not going to activate it for the moment. I'm just going to show you a few more first. Now let me do a different search. So if I search for, I suggested the other day, I do one page. Start with one page, yeah, and then move on. Because you might not have a lot of content initially, you might have not a lot of photos, testimonials, things like that, but you can grow into that, and that's fine. So if you start with one page and then grow, what a place to be, all right, okay, unexpected error. We don't need any unexpected errors on this call, thank you very much. So that this is one page websites. Now, WPress one pager. So let's have a look at that. And again, what we're looking at is the fonts. Do we like the font? Do we like the layout? Do we like the way it looks? So
how does it look on a mobile? Do you get to see the mobile bit?
Ah, right. Yes. Not at this point. I don't think so. Hang on. Let's have a look. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. No. There's no responsive view at the moment of here, so you would have to install it, or we could preview. Actually, I think if you preview, you're still only previewing. Yeah, you're still only previewing that. You can't see the responsive or the mobile view. Yeah. But look, most of these themes are responsive these days. I think you've got to go a long way to find a theme these days that's not responsive, because it's kind of like it's become normal now for websites to be seen on a mobile device. So it is the kind of normal thing that you would say.
I've just read it. Sorry, Dave, to interrupt. It's just before you took it away. It just said this page is very responsive.
Oh, hang on, where was it? Sorry, hang on. Let me go back. Which one was it? It was on
one page.
Was it this one? No, I've gone away from it all now. It's all gone silly. Let's have a look. One page. Right, let's wait for it to load again. Come on. Where's the one page in? Because it all changed just now. Now it's don't want to play. Oh dear. All right, I can't see the one we had just now. I can't see it now, which is typical, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gone, isn't it?
Yeah. No, these are just standard fonts. What it is, I think it may be my internet connection. Let's have a look. It's not. It's not doing the search. That's what it's doing.
Okay. Well, where you had it on that
Yeah.
on the one page one, and the bottom left hand corner where the dashboard is now, it said this page is very responsive.
Ah, right. Okay. Yeah. So if we go to preview of this one, is that what you're saying there, Tracy? Sorry.
Yeah.
I think it's my internet connection.
Here is the version. Yeah, go up again. It then says the sidebar's hidden, and then it's got version 1.38 in the left-hand side in the dashboardy bit, left,
Oh yeah,
left. That's it.
Oh yeah, yep.
Down there, it said down there that it is very responsive.
Ah, right, okay, yep. And funny enough, it doesn't say on this one, does it?
The one page, yeah, on the one page one.
Yeah, that's weird. Doesn't say it there. Yeah, but most sites are responsive now. You know, because people do watch on they do view on on mobile devices.
Yeah.
What it means is it responsive means that it does it on the phones and tablets and stuff.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I don't know why my internet connection's playing up. Here we go. You can see if we search for green, you can get some green themes. You know, they're going to have more green in them than we saw earlier. If you search for blue, it might be that's your theme, your colours as such, and you might think, oh, I want a nice blue theme. So you could look through some of these, and you can see that there's elements of blue on most of these, yeah. And you might look at it and think, oh, actually, that looks really good. I want to go with that. So that's your like I say, there's absolutely thousands and thousands of sites or themes that you can do. You can actually buy, let me just stop sharing for a moment. You can actually buy themes as well. So you can, lots of those will be free. Those ones we just searched for there. They'll be free. They'll be part of WordPress. And they'll be fairly basic, shall we say. All right. If you then wanted to buy a theme that you saw, and there's so many places that sell themes, then you can download it, and normally it's like a one-off price, maybe 10, 20, 30 pound, whatever. And the more glorious the theme are, then of course the more cost it's going to be, generally. So you can, if you look at something and you think, oh, it looks really nice, I really want that theme, and you pay for it, you download it, you get a link to download it, and then you go through that link that I showed you earlier that says install themes, and that's your theme for your site that you've bought. However, you're still going to have to change it because all your wording won't be there, will it? Because that's what you're going to have to do, and that's what you get with things like Wix and so on. You build your own site, and very much like WordPress, you start to build it, and then you publish it. All right. Is it all making sense so far?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Good. All right. So if we look at themes, there it is, upload theme. All right. So if you bought a theme from elsewhere, somewhere, there's loads and loads of places you can buy themes from. If you buy a theme from somewhere, that's where you would upload it. It says there, and then you'd have a file. It says choose a file. You find a file on your computer, you upload it. That's your theme then. All right. That's for people that might want to do that. You then have a. Let's go back. Sorry. Let me come back to my themes. So earlier I put this one in, didn't I? Theme Blossom Chick.
Yeah.
I downloaded that one. So if I activate it. Now, remember, I've got hardly anything on my website, so it's not going to look a lot different, really, all right? Because I haven't got a lot there, have I? So let's have a look at what difference it made. Yeah, it's messed it all up, really. It's got a different font, and it kind of, it just put other stuff in, look, down here, all right? Stuff that, I don't really want at the moment. you know, archives, categories, so on. You can get rid of those, you know. Click here to add a menu, and you notice because I've got a different theme. Look, it's gone pink now. Oh, what's happened there?
Yeah.
Look, it's got a different theme. It's going black and then pink, you know, and then look, black and pink. So part of the theme. Look, it goes pink, and then so the links are in a pink color now, and so on. So you know, it's changed, as you can see, to the Blossom theme. And you can go to the top. This is quite a useful little button. I like this on a website. Click to the top. You know, especially if you've got one page, it can get quite long, can't it? And then if you have that scroll to the top button, it literally takes you back up to the top. That's a nice little addition to a theme. So if you are going to have a long one-page theme, I would recommend that you have a click back to the top button, which lots of themes have. So if I go back to the dashboard, so when we're viewing something, we then come now. What I would recommend is that if you make a change on your site, you then get your mobile phone or a tablet or both if you've got them, and look at it on there as well, because that's where the majority of people are going to see your site. Now, I'm not bothered what the site looks like at the moment because you know it's an experimental site. It's not really published. It is published, but you know, nobody really goes there. It's fine. So if I was to look at it on my phone, though, I would see the changes that we've already made. And also, I'd look on a tablet and I'd think, right, is that how I want the site to look? And that's where you start making your adjustments. So if I go back to my dashboard and I come down to appearance again and I go back to themes, and I think, right, well, I do really like that after all. Let's go back to activate on my pure and simple. Now, it might mess things up a little bit, and this is the problem. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So let's have a look. It's one of those things, it's like cross your fingers and hope it all comes back as it was, you know. There we are. Let's come back as it was. All right, so that's cool. No longer when I hover over it does it go pink, and you'll see it's all okay. Now, the big problem with this is if you've got a site that's got like 10 pages, it's got loads of photos, it's got videos, it's got loads and loads of content and everything there, and then you change a theme, it could really mess things up because the theme, what it's doing, let me just come back to your screen. What the theme's doing is it's putting things in different boxes. So if you chose a theme that you've got a big photo at the top, then some words, and then you change the theme and it hasn't got the big photo and it hasn't got the words, you've got then a photo here, photo there, and words there, words there. Of course, everything's going to be jumbled up. So you've got to use consideration. You've got to think, oh, right, hang on. Everything suddenly got jumbled up because originally I had it here and here, and now it's gone over there and over there. Will it look right? So these are considerations. What I would definitely urge you to do at this point, once you've written lots of content, is save the words in maybe a Word file or whatever you use. You know, save the words somewhere else. All right.
Right.
So if you've got, if I go to my site for a moment, I'll give you an example. Let me share my screen. Because South Wales Hypnotherapy, let's be honest, it hasn't got much on it. Well, I can demonstrate it on here. Look, I'll just highlight all of this, right? I'll copy it. So you can choose copy. You can do a right click and choose copy, or you can press Control and C, and then open up a Word document, all right? And then chuck those words into there, all right? Now you see I've got it straight away, yeah? So now, if everything went pear-shaped with my website, and obviously I'd save this document and I'd have lots of pages, wouldn't I, with lots of words on. If everything went pear-shaped, I thought, oh, it looks horrible, I don't like that, and I want to go back to the other thing now, and I lost me words, or I need to change my words, you've got it saved. Just copy and paste, copy and paste. It's not a big deal then, you know. So that's
sorry, so you copy and paste that into a document.
Yeah.
Because you lost me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. So what I did, so I'll come to the website. This is the website, all right? Come to here. and literally just click on it and highlight it. All right.
Yeah.
So it's highlighted. Then click Control and C if you like shortcuts, or if you don't do Control and C, you can do a right click. Oh, sometimes a right click don't work. Hang on, like that. You right click on it, and then where are we? Copy. All right. So then you've got copied it. Then you go to a Word document, and then you can paste it back in. All right.
Right.
So, and if you don't use shortcuts, you can do like a right click again, and then do paste. And you've got paste options. Keep the text only, merge the formatting, and so on. All right. The point of this is that you've got your words saved.
Yeah.
Lots of times, you know what it's like. You do a document, you might create a page on a website. You spend hours and hours getting the words just right, getting the commas in the right places, and everything else. Then all of a sudden, you think, "Oh, I'll publish that," and you hit the wrong button, or your internet crashes, or something happens, right? And you haven't got your words saved. This is a great way of just backing up those words. You know, if you never use them, that's not a problem, is it? But when you haven't got them, that's when you've got a problem, right?
Yes.
Because don't learn the hard way. Learn the easy way. Take it as a top tip. Well, I'll save all my words, put them all in a Word document. It costs you nothing. Put them there, save them. Job done. All right.
Yeah.
Never you need them. It's happy days. So let's have a look then. We've had a look at themes. Like I say, there's millions of themes. Just choose one that resonates with you, but you're going to change it anyway. All right. The theme is just the basic stuff. You're going to change it. So then you can go to customize. Is one of the ways. Like lots of things, there's always different ways to do things. So come to customize, and that gives us an option then of changing some parts of the theme. All right. So you see here, this is not the pro version of Pure and Simple, and lots of themes that you'll get the free version, and then they want you to get the pro version for a few pound or whatever. Now, of course, if you enjoy it and you like the theme, you might think, well, I can do more with the pro version. I can change things, so I'll pay a few pound for the pro version, and it might be that's what you do, you know. So, you know, don't rule these options out. So site identity, I'll just flick through these because, you know, some will be something that you want to do, some won't. So site identity is really good. So look, heading background color. So look, I can select a color. Let's pick something garish. Let's pick a red. There you go. All right. So you see the difference straight away. That looks lovely, doesn't it? All right. If you wanted it yellow, there we go. We go yellow. All right.
Oh,
green.
yeah.
Go green. You get the idea. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to white, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see what that does. Title background. Let's do red again. So that just does the title. So again, you can see exactly what changes. This one, site title. Let's do red. And you see that changes. Yeah. Actually, let's go purple. I quite like purple. I'll leave it purple. All right. So once you've done it, and look, I'm going to go, oh, I like purple. I'll leave it purple. You go publish. And then if you look on your phone or your tablet again, now South Wales Hypnotherapy will be in purple rather than the grey colour or whatever it was previously. Yeah?
Yeah.
So that's straightforward and easy to do. And you see that these are different heights and so on, helping you to help yourself. You see that's there. You type that in there.
So that's your tagline.
That's your tagline, yeah. So if I wanted to change that to
The mind unravelled.
right. There you are, and it says David Finch is cool. All right, so you know, yeah, you can have whatever you want. I forgot what I had. Helping you to help yourself, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh dear, should have saved that, shouldn't I? Never mind. There we are. Helping you to help yourself, and you're back again. All right. Now I'm going to publish that again because just to make sure that because I've made a change, I didn't want David Finch's call on there. But you see the difference straight away, which it makes, right? And it's just one little change straight away. That's on site identity. Yep.
Dave, if you look
Yeah.
at the bottom now of the bar that you're playing with, now you can see the desktop, tablet, and mobile versions.
Oh, yeah,
on
you
the
can
bottom
now.
left hand.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. All right. Now, so this is where we can show you that. Yes.
Yeah.
Well done, Tracy. I knew you got that gold star for some reason, you know. Yeah. Now, actually, that doesn't look very good on a mobile, does it?
No.
Look, that looks a bit naff, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
You haven't got it all, have you?
No, you haven't. I don't like that. Yeah. The bottom part's okay. That's gone all right. But this is a problem because hypnotherapy is a long word, isn't it? And we're not going to be able to get that in a smaller. What we'd have to do is make a smaller font.
Yeah.
Because there's a balance now. This is a really good example, actually, because there's a balance now between showing it all on the screen or not. Now, the other thing as well, if I just come back to the group, how do you hold your phone? Do you look at a website that way up or that way up? Because we can't turn it round, but if we could turn it round, I bet South Wales Hypnotherapy would work that way.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, if people look at this, but we will never know, will we? Yeah.
No.
That's
but
the thing.
Like most people hold their phone like that, don't they? And look at their stuff like that.
I think so. But then I met someone the other week and he was looking at stuff and he was looking this way all the time.
Oh,
you know?
I do, Dave. If the school send a letter and I can't read it because I can't, I do turn the phone and then make it bigger.
Yeah. So the thing is, we will never know that. As website designers and creation of this website, we will never know what our users are doing, will we? You know, there might be 100 people looking at your website and they'll all look in different ways. There might be 90 doing it that way, but 10 do it that way. And you think, well, I don't know. Who knows? So you're never going to know what is right for the right person. It works the same way. I haven't got my tablet here now, but it works the same with a tablet, doesn't it? Some people look at a tablet this way. Some people look at a tablet that way.
Yeah.
So we will never know that as creators of the website. So there's this balance of like, what can I do? You know, how can I make it look good? You'll never really know how it's going to be. So you have to have a balance. All I can tell you is that the majority of people now look on tablets or phones, not on a computer. That's the minority looking on computers. So what else we have here? So if I go to tablet, there we are. Tablet, it looks all right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now there is a website you can go to, or a little way that you can see on different phones as well, which is really clever. Maybe we'll put that into another thing, because this just does basic, like it's computer, tablet, or phone, but it's like generic phones. There's another clever little tool. You can say, oh, if I've got a Galaxy, how does it look on that? If I've got an iPhone, how does it look on that? And that's a clever little tool. I wouldn't worry about it if I was you, because you're never going to get it right for everybody. It's a balance, you know. So you've got basic settings. So have a look at this and you can say, right, how do I want it to look? All right. And you can change things. You can spend a bit of time here and have a look and say, right, what do I want to do? All right. So it's about whips and so on and pages. And what I would suggest you do is you click a button and see what it does. You know, like see how that changes your site, because that again will relate to the theme you have. Some of these settings, you may not even have them on the theme that you choose. Sticky menu, I hate this personally. Some people love it. Sticky menu is this. If I scroll up and down, it doesn't really show you. Yeah, don't show you there. What happens is that the menu, this bit here, because we haven't really got much of a menu, would stay at the top. You've probably seen websites like it, you know, where you go up, but you always see the menu. Yeah.
Yeah. It does my head in.
Yeah, I don't particularly like it. So I don't have a sticky menu. Colors, again, you know, similar sort of thing to what we did just now. Mobile navigation colors, so you can change it on a mobile on this theme, again, lots of these will be theme specific. Some themes won't have mobile navigation colors, others will. So lots of these menus here on the left hand side is specifically for your theme. The other thing to cover at this point is widgets. Now, a widget is something that's going to be on the website. Let me explain. It's probably easier to show you than it is to actually do it. Let's have a look. Right side, sidebar. Yeah, let's put a search title. Let's go search as well, wouldn't it? There we are. Search here. All right. Now, what should we'll see it live on the demo. Maybe not. Maybe I have to publish it. Right. Let's have a look. No. Right. Let's have a view. It might be one of these that we have to view it. Okay. Oh, I've got it here. Sapphires hypnotherapy. So what should happen is we see a search bar on the right hand side. Now, that's weird. It hasn't come up.
It did say on the thing though, there's widgets, but this page didn't support
widgets.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Where were we? Hang on. Let's go back.
Appearance.
Appearance, and then customize. All right. So we could. Yeah. Let me do it that way. Let me go back that way. So let me go appearance. But I say there's more than one way to skin a cat, as they say. So we go to widgets. All right. Oh, so the widget is there, but it's not gone anywhere. There's the right side on the blog, but not the pages. Ah, right. So it's on the blog, but not the pages. Now, of course, I've only got the one page at the moment, and that is created as a page. It's not on the blog. So I'll delete that anyway. But widgets are, you've probably seen them on websites where you've got something on both sides of the page, or a menu, like it might be links to other things and different things. If I go to my website, actually, I've got some on there. So if I go back here, which page have I got widgets on? So I've only got widgets on certain pages on this site. Let's have a look. We'll go to a certain page and we'll see if you can spot what a widget is. So I know there's none on the front page. I'll go to about. No widgets there. Is there on? Not on client comments actually. No widgets on there either. Maybe I've got rid of them all. Is it on contact? No, I've got rid of them all now then. So on, just check on the downloads one as well. It's not on there. No. So what we'll have is, I think actually it'll be on this page. If I click onto here, if I click on any of the downloads, I think it's on the downloads site. Come on, internet, catch up with me, please. Come on. Go there. All right, go there. Ah, here we are. So this is how the page would look with a widget. Now the widgets are not there, but they would be in this blank area over here. So what we've got is what's called a sidebar on this page. So it's invisible at the moment because there's no widgets in it, but this area here to the right would be classed as a sidebar. And you might have something here like a search or a blog, a link to a blog or whatever. They will be on this side. So you get what I mean, is this page here is compressed into 1/3, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then you've got another part of it that would have other widgets on it. So that's where you would see widgets. And some people like that layout, you know, where you've got kind of compressed here and then over to the other side. Mind reading page, let's have a look. No, I didn't. All right, fair enough. I was convinced I had it over here, but no, never mind. But that's where it would be. The sidebar would be your widgets. All right. Let's go back to our Sapphire Hypnotherapy. Here we are. So you can create your widgets here, and as you say, you get some pre-made ones. So you can have a calendar, audio, archives, and so on, and you can have them to be wherever you want them to be. Well, on this one, it has to be on a blog. Look, see. Oh, page right sidebar. Yes, you can have it on a page. Now, so it says, oh yes, it appears on pages, but not part of the blog. So yeah, you got variations with this theme. And again, it's going to be theme specific to what you can have on your particular theme. All right. Let me just show you. It's going to be very quickly now because I see the time. We're actually running quite late now. So how are you two ladies for time at the moment? You all right?
Yeah, I've got an hour.
Okay, I haven't got. Unfortunately, I haven't got a lot of time because I've got a delivery coming shortly. So I'm going to wrap things up. So when I come to pages, I'll just show you this one quickly, how you can add a new page. So you go to here, add a new page. This page here, by the way, is the front page, as it says, and it's the page we've been looking at all the time. Straightforward, nice and easy. I won't go to the editor, and that's what we've got on the front page, isn't it? You see that, yeah? All right, so if I go back from there, and I say, okay, let's create a new page. So we add a new page. So this takes us off of being a one-page website now, all right? So this is a two-page website all of a sudden. So what should we call our page? Should we call it new page? So let's be really inventive, call it a new page. And then here, we're going to say, here is a new page. Welcome. Okay, literally simple as that. But of course, you put your content, you put everything in there that you wanted. And then I just clicked on the publish page. Yeah. So I come to here. So now on my menu, as if by magic, I've got the home page, which is this page. Then I've got new page. And then there's the content on the new page. Now, hopefully, when you create your pages, you'll be a little bit more creative and a little bit more inventive with your pages. And you wouldn't just call it a new page and put, hello, welcome to a new page. You're going to put some other stuff. But you can see how very quickly I've got 2 pages now. Yeah. And you can add whatever you want on that page. And I think in future sessions, what we do is we'll look at adding pictures, adding video, and so on. So what are you going to put on this page? All right. It's fairly straightforward, really. If we go back to the dashboard, when you come here, you have an editor, which is called the block editor. As a default, it's called the block editor. So you come to the new page, and here you can have a block. So we can choose a block to go in. We can choose the so block. We've got no block selected, so we need to choose a block. All right. So you can see here, what do I want to do? So maybe, sorry, wrong one. Here I can insert some HTML. I can use different blocks. Where's my different blocks thing? Change the style of the block. Here we are, sorry. So I can put a heading. I can put a list. Let's put a list in. So we can have a list. All right. New page. Just go to the end of that list. Second item. All right, so you can see how that could build, yeah? Third item. Oh. And there's a list, so we can put a list into it. We can come down from there and we can put whatever we want. That's the block editor. I'm going to show you next time how to use a different editor, which I think is much better. This is very basic and very blocky. And there's another editor called Elementor for WordPress. It's so much better, so much more visual and graphical. This is very blocky and very non-visual, doesn't look great, you know. So Next time, I'll show you how to add more content to your page. But I think initially, if you get your website up and running and create, sorry, I'll update that first. Here we are. So the page is updated. We can view the page from here. So view page. All right, come on in, view it. All right, preview. Yeah, if we go to preview, by the way, you can preview on a desktop, a tablet, or a mobile. So you can see what our new page looks like on a mobile. That doesn't look too terrible, does it? And then on a tablet, and of course on a desktop. All right. So that's the preview button. Or of course you can go back to your main website and you can say, well, visit the site. Like I say, lots of ways to see things, and you can view the page there. All right. And you'll see already now we've got another couple of bits of content. Yeah? Yeah. So we've got home, new page, and you see the menu changes. It looks quite nice, actually, the way that goes across. I think it's not too terrible. On a mobile, you'd probably have those 3 little dots or 3 little lines generally at the top of a mobile site. And that's how you'll see what you do. The other thing I very quickly want to show you is plugins. And plugins are like small programs, you might want to call them, that enhance your website. So if I think of well, the one I was talking about, Elementor. Is that how you spell it?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Oh yeah, because sorry, I'm not searching on plugins. I was searching on the plugins I had installed. So Elementor Website Builder. This is the one I would definitely recommend to get. It's much more graphically pleasing. So definitely install that one. So I'm going to install it now, ready for next week. Then, if you wanted to, you can add premium add-ons, right, which actually is free, which is cool. There's lots and lots of other Elementor add-ons, so you can add any of those. And if you want to just read about them, so if you look at that and think, well, what does it do then? Click on it. It takes you to another page, and then it will tell you what you've got. So you've got 55 premium add-ons. Now, lots of these will be free. However, what's going to happen, I bet you can guess, right, is you're going to go there, get the free versions, and then there's going to be some that are even better, and they're going to be the paid ones, all right? So, yeah, it's like everything in life. You know, not everything is free, but you can get something for free, and then something that you pay a little bit more, and you get a little bit more for it. So there's loads of these sort of add-ons if you want. For the moment, all I'm going to do is activate this one, which is the Elementor Website Builder. All right.
Oh, the drag and drop.
Yes, it's much easier, much easier. I find it easier anyway.
Yeah.
It looks graphically, it looks much better as well. All right. So I'll just show you.
Hi all, welcome to Elementor. I'm Ziv, and in this video, I'll show you the first step of building a page for your website with Elementor. We will begin by adding a new page in your WordPress dashboard.
You'll see how
Under
easy it is
Pages, Add New, click Edit with Elementor. Okay, so what are we looking at here? On the right side is the editing screen of your site, where you add and edit elements that form the layout of your page. On the left side is the Elementor panel. Here are creative tools called widgets. Use widgets to add elements to your page, like headings, paragraphs, images, and videos. When you start building your page, design it from scratch by clicking the plus button to add a section, or use a pre-designed template. Hit the library icon to add a template. Let's add one together. First, click the magnifying glass to preview. Once you find the one you want, insert it up here on the top right. Let's take a closer look at the anatomy of a page. Each page in Elementor is made up of sections. This entire area is a section. These are also sections. Notice the blue border around each section on hover. Inside sections are columns. Identify them by these black dotted lines and a column icon handle. Here's another column. And inside the columns are widgets. Here is a text widget. Inside a column, inside a section. Use the handles to edit any element and move them around. Click the section handle on the left. The plus lets you add a new blank section. To edit your section, click the dots in the middle. This opens the panel to Layout, Style, and Advanced. Move the section up or down using the middle dots by dragging and dropping. Here, you can also right-click to duplicate or delete your section, or copy-paste, and more. You can do the same with a column. Simply right-click. Need another column? To add a new column, right-click its handle and add. And do the same for widgets. Duplicate, delete, and copy. Easy. The whole layout is super flexible. You can easily drag any element around. Change the column width by grabbing the edges and moving it left or right, like this. Your work is saved automatically. If you want to publish it and view your live page, click the green Publish button down here. Click Have a Look to see the published page. And lastly, to preview your draft before you publish it, click the eye icon below, and you're good to go. We'll get familiar with some website basics, and check out the site we'll build together in this Getting Started guide.
Now you see what I mean when I say it's graphically much more pleasing.
Okay, so let's make a start. Which most likely know.
Yeah, thanks, mate. We'll watch that later. So, if you were, what I would urge you to do now is to create your website. If you've got a WordPress website, is to install the plugin of Elementor Website Builder. Watch that video, and I'll tell you what. If you watch that video and a few other videos that come along with that, you don't need me anymore. You can just go for it, and just do it yourself, because honestly, it's so simple. That block editor that I showed you earlier on, it is so blocky. It's horrible, as in in comparison to Elementor. And Elementor is free as a basic program. You can have a pro version of Elementor. You can have lots of pro widgets, like everything else I've said so far. You get a free version, you get a pro version. And lots of times, you might think, oh, well, actually, I'm going to get Elementor Pro. If the cost is worth it for you, get it. It make your website look nice. So, the world's your limit, really, and your budget is your limit. So go start with the free stuff, play around, and build on it. So today we've looked at themes. We looked at very quickly at plugins. We are going to look at plugins again. There's so many different plugins you can get, and there's a few different ones I'm going to recommend to you for next week. We'll also look at building the page and adding more pages. So if you're using Elementor, you can add pages through that as well. But yeah, just have a go. And that's what I would say. Have a go first. You don't have to publish it. You can save them as drafts. If you save it as a draft, it's not published. No one else can see it. And then you can get it all looking great, and then you can click publish, and then everyone else can see it. So just bear that in mind. Anything you publish, everyone can see on the website, on the internet. If you save it as a draft, no one else can see it, only you, because it's not published. All right. So that's a nice way to kind of work in the background. You can work on a page, get it looking really good, and then publish it. And you've got all your elements just right then. Any questions from today?
No, I think you've covered it.
All okay? Brilliant. All right. So for everyone who's watching a replay, if you're watching that and you've got questions, please either send them directly to me or stick them in the Hypnosis support group. And hopefully then everyone else will see the question. And what I'm going to do for the Zoom link from now on is I'm going to stick the Zoom link in the page as well, so people can actually get on through that link. But it looks like it's probably me, Tracy, and Shelley certainly for the next few weeks anyway, at least. And hopefully other people can join us. But I think most other people are working. It's only us who's available at this time of the day. I really do appreciate you joining me. It gives me someone to talk to rather than just talking to myself.
I also appreciate it because you're helping us.
Yeah. Well, I really want to see your websites, and I want to see them grow. Oh, by the way, Jane, one of our past students, Jane, you both know Jane. She posted about her husband and he builds websites, and he builds really good websites. So if all this is not for you and you think, oh, I just want someone to do it, then look in the group. Jane has posted a link to her husband's business, and you can click on that and have a look at what he does. And if you want to get someone else to do it, then that's great. Get someone else to do it. The idea of this course really is about you doing it and about you being in control and changing those elements and different pages and whatever. So, it's those two things. If you come this far and you think, oh, do you know what, Dave, I ain't going to do that. I've had enough already. Then just Jonathan, his name. All right. So call Jonathan, give him a call, have a chat, see if that works for you, But if you want to have the control and you want to dabble yourself, stick with this. By the end of this program, you're going to be making your own websites and you're going to be creating your own website every week. And really, you would have ultimate control over it then. All right.
Yep.
Great to see you both. Great to see you both. See you again soon. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers. See